Hey there YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Last video I made, I was giving you the rundown on why I bought a CNC machine, and that was to do home repairs. I bought this house that I'm currently sitting in, and there were a number of projects that I thought, why not buy a CNC machine, learn how to use it, and then complete some home renovations with my CNC machine. Now, I disclosed last video that I have very little woodworking and construction experience. So when I tell you that I did something, it was a team effort of we, involving the people of my family and all the friends that have helped out along the way. So the biggest thing that we addressed in our house was we didn't like our kitchen, and we didn't like the wall in between our kitchen and living room. And in the last video, I kind of gave you a quick rundown, or there was some time-lapse video of us removing that, and I want to show you what we have done in the house. That way, maybe if anybody has any questions about doing this in the future, I can hopefully dispel some of those fears or explain how we did things. All right, here we go through the house. So this is what the living room and kitchen look like now. So we have it quite open. Of course, we haven't done anything since removing the wall. We didn't like our kitchen, and now we had this wall right here, and now we really enjoy this space. So we have a kitchen and a living room that we can just walk right through. Now, what we had to do this is, here's our pantry, and we had to remove the corner of the pantry, and then we had to basically remove the ceiling, the drywall in the ceiling, because we needed to place this beam against the joist in the roof. One messy thing that happened is that all this pink insulation fell down, but we used the laser level and got it pretty straight, and we tried to limit the amount of insulation that fell upon us. Now, in the exterior wall, we had to remove the insulation, the drywall, and the paper vapor barrier, and then we had to install these three studs holding in our beam there. The beam is three engineered pieces that we nailed and engineer screwed in to place, and then we had to lift it up into the ceiling. And I thought for sure it was going to be a really big job. But the three of us, my brother-in-law and my brother, were able to lift it up into place. One area that we didn't really know what we were going to do with is the central vac, that system that we have in our house, that we do use. But it was in this wall, and we're going to have to figure out a place to put it, maybe possibly in this wall. And then the other thing that we had to worry about was that this wall that was here had electrical outlets in it. And so my brother, being an electrician, he was able to move those. Right now they are behind the fridge, which is not ideal, but we plan on moving the fridge to a different location. So that's just temporary for right now. The next thing that we did was we had more of a closet and a pantry here, and we didn't like that. You can see kind of by the roof, we didn't like that when we opened the door, we're basically slammed right into the closet. So while we had my brother-in-law, who is a contractor, here, he was able to take out the closet, and then we just pushed it back. So you will see a very rudimentary closet that we have here. We just moved it back a couple of feet, and then we just lost that space in our pantry. Our pantry is now just a little bit smaller. As you can see, it went to that stud over there. But if we use the CNC and make nice shelving, we don't think that we'll need as much space as we were given. Of course, this looks very messy as we're just trying to live within our renovations. So now, since we've done this, I had to re-poly the wall and up into the ceiling. Okay, that was kind of a messy job, but now that it's over, it's not too bad. And then the next thing that I have to do is rehang the drywall, mud and tape, and then unfortunately, we are gonna have to scrape all this popcorn ceiling to get rid of that look and maybe modernize the look of our house a little bit more. So for the time being, we're going to be living in this chaos, these renovations, but we're pretty excited that eventually we're going to have a nice home that we enjoy. Just a couple of things that I didn't know when buying the home and knowing what the process was. When I said, okay, we want to remove this wall, the first advice we got was, okay, well, you're going to need an engineer. So we got an engineer to come in, and they looked at our floor plan, and they went into the attic, and they measured, and they looked into our basement, and they said, yes, this is a load-bearing wall. We're going to draw up some schematics or some floor plans here, and we'll give you exactly what you need. And so that was the first process. And then a couple of weeks after they came, they gave us the floor plan and the suggestions on how to go about this wall removal. And then I really just forwarded that to the beam people. And they said, okay, yeah, for sure. We can drop it off by the end of the day. So by the end of the day, there were 3 LVL beams in my driveway, and they stayed there until we tackled it. Well, they stayed in my garage until we tackled this job, and we had to get them through the window into our living room, and that was that. So relatively an easy process. Then you got to go to City Hall and make sure you get permits and all that kind of stuff. And then when you're done, you'll get it inspected again, just to make sure that it's all to code and all to the builder and the engineer's specs. Luckily, as I said before, I have carpenters and electricians in my family, so I was able to get my family to come out and help me for the day. Like I said, I thought the beam was going to be a lot heavier. I thought I would need my whole crew of buddies to help lift it up, but really just the 3 of us were able to lift it up and put it in place for that process. All in all, it was a busy and messy weekend, but the beam was done in a relatively short period of time, and now it might take us even longer to get that drywall all back up, mudded and taped, and kind of looking back like a house again. But that's all I have. I hope to give you more updates on my CNC and me actually using it to build things, as I've just been a little bit busy doing all these home renovations, getting things ready so that when I do need to build something, I'm ready to go with the CNC. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the comments and everything. Like and subscribe if you want to follow along this journey of home renovations and woodworking hobby learning projects. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Bye.